Hey YouTube, what's going on? Hey, my name is Dave, and I've decided I'm going to start this channel. Basically, I'm going to tell stories about some funny experiences at work. The name of my channel is So Get This with David. So, the first story I want to tell you guys, and first off, I'm going to post a disclaimer that if I know you or you know me, and any of these stories sound even remotely familiar, hey, you know what? That's on you, and don't get mad at me because I'm changing the names. Nobody's gonna know where I work, anything like this. So yeah, so just don't go getting yourself all twisted on it, okay? So check this out. So get this. This first video is gonna be about this particular customer I have. I work in the rent-to-own business. I work at a very particular establishment that, hey, if I say your name, I'm probably going to get sued. So I'm not going to say who I work for, where I work at, anything like this. But this particular first story, this first customer, let's just call her Kay. All right. So Kay calls up the store and wants to talk to the boss. The boss man, he basically what she wants is she wants to get a new cell phone. Now the cell phone that she did have, heaven only knows what happened to it. I think she dropped it, whatever the deal was, but she no longer has our after contract service plan. So my boss says, hey, listen, Kay, I'll get you a new phone, but you have to pay for it. You got to pay for the time that you're going to have it, and you're going to have to pay for the repair. Fair enough, right? She's out of contract, don't have service plans anymore, so it's whatever. She says, fine. Well, we have to go to another location to get the phone because we are out of stock where I work at. And the boss says, hey, Kay, you're going to have to go down to this location and pick up the phone. She says, peace, that's fine, whatever. So she leaves. Well, I don't know what happened between Tuesday when I was off and Wednesday when I came back to work, but next thing I know, apparently we're supposed to go to this other location, pick up the phone for her. We're supposed to have had it there by 11 o'clock that day. I knew nothing about this. Well, my coworker, let's just say his name is M. So M, he tells me, hey Dave, we were supposed to have had this phone for her. Well, hey, you know what? The guys are out on the truck. I live in Colorado, work in Colorado Springs. They're out doing a delivery in Woodland Park, which is a good 30-40 minutes, depending upon how you drive, from the location that we work at. Well, she comes into the store, and I go and I greet her, and she don't say hello, nothing like that. First thing right off the bat is, hey, is my phone here? Okay, what are you talking about? Because I knew nothing about it up until M told me about it. So M was taking an assessment for a next level position. I walk in, I'm like, hey M, what's going on? Kay is here to pick up this phone. He's like, oh yeah, the guys are picking it up on their way back from Woodland Park. I go back out and I say, hey Kay, the guys are on their way back from Woodland Park. They're gonna stop at the store, pick up your device, and they should be here in about 30-40 minutes. She looks at me and she goes, I can't wait that long. This thing was supposed to have been here by 11 o'clock. And starts giving me guff. I'm like, all right. I'm like, listen, we will go. I'm like, the guys are on their way back. I'm like, you know what? I'll even do you one better. We'll bring it to you. So she goes, well, I figured you would know that if my phone is broken, how are you going to call me? And I said, well, doesn't M have a contact number for you that you left? We'll call that. Okay, fine. She's giving me all kinds of tude, walks out the door. I'm like, what on God's green earth is this lady's problem? So we get the device back to the store. M tries to call her. Doesn't answer the phone. Now, mind you, M is calling her on the number that she left for him to call back on. So she don't answer the phone. And M goes, you know what, I'm going to give it a little bit, and then I'll go and I'll drop it, I'll call her back. So he waits about 30 minutes, tries to call Kay back. Kay doesn't answer the phone. So he's like, you know what, he's like, here in a few minutes, once I finish up with these clients, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll over to her place, drop it off. Well, sorry about that. I'm getting Facebook notifications. Well, so then, get this. She calls. I answer the phone. And once again, not even a, hey, how are you? How do you do? Whatever. Where's my phone? Is my phone there yet? Well, hi, Kay. How are you? Where's my phone? Is my phone there yet? Well, we tried calling you, and I'm in the middle of my sentence, and I get interrupted. And she goes, well, I figured you would know. My phone is broken. How are you supposed to call me? And I have a very hard time dealing with stupid people, especially when they're millennials. They think they know everything. And this individual has got about 2 brain cells, the IQ of mayonnaise. Frankly, I think mayonnaise is probably more intelligent. Well, so I'm like, I say, you know what? Hang on a second. I put Kay on hold. I turn around and I say, hey, M, I typically don't do this to you, but can you get on the phone with Kay here real quick, because I can't handle her. You know, I'm typically a very patient person, but at this point in the day, my patience is thin, and with her, it was just kind of done right then and there. So he goes, yeah, sure, Dave, not a problem. He hops on the phone with her. Hey, Kay, this is M. How can I help you? And I can't hear her, obviously, but I can hear him. And the conversation goes kind of like this. And I hear him go, yeah, it's here. Well, we tried calling you. What do you mean, how did we try calling you? You left me with a phone number earlier. I tried calling it twice. You never answered. So then it proceeds to get dumber. Well, Dave was busy, so he put you on hold and passed you back to me. No, I haven't left the store yet. What do you mean, why haven't I left? Well, he didn't pass you back to my cell phone. So he's like, you know what? I'll be over there in a few minutes. He hangs up with her. M comes up to me, and I'm like, dude, what was that all about? And he goes, she honest to God asked me, you mean you're still at the store? And at this point, I facepalm. Literally, like I physically facepalmed. And I looked at him, and he goes, and that was when I said, well, he sure didn't pass you back to my cell phone. And I asked him, I said, wow. And he goes, she was getting all kinds of flustered, making those kind of sounds over the phone before she finally goes, you know what? I'm done. Don't even worry about it. I don't want it. And he goes, I don't know what's wrong with her. He goes, I'm just going to take off here in a minute, and I'm going to head over there. So he gets over there, and when he comes back, he tells me this particular part of the story. He goes, dude, I get over there, and her response was, he goes, I knock on the door to deliver her the phone. Some guy answers the door. Yeah. Hey, is Kay here? Yeah, let me go get her. So Kay sticks her head around the corner of the door and goes, oh, hi, Em. He goes, here's your phone. Bye. Oh, cool, thank you. Slams the door. And he comes back, and I'm like, I look at him and I say, dude, I appreciate you taking that for me, because, I mean, granted, this is not the first time like this lady has gone like just off the wall weird. And now, mind you, I've got about a million stories like this. So that's what this particular channel is going to be dedicated to. That's why I named it So Get This. I had a conversation with my boss, and I was going to call it What Had Happened Was. But when you say what had happened was, you're typically telling a story about yourself and when you've done something stupid or strange. So I decided to call it So Get This, because I'm going to be telling some, just strange off-the-wall stories about the weirdest people that I deal with. And trust me when I tell you, I've got another notification on my phone. Trust me when I tell you, I've got about 1 billion more stories just like this. So you can expect fairly regular uploads. if you have any comments, maybe I'm being unreasonable, something along those lines, feel free to hit me up in the comments. If you're into this sort of thing, into these story time channels, definitely make sure you subscribe, that you like the videos, tell all your friends, have them check out the stories, because trust me, there's going to be about 1 billion more of them. The next one that I'm going to tell you about for my next video, I'm kind of going to give you a bit of a preview, is this customer that I ran into at a particular superstore where they sell a lot of different things, and I ran into this guy. And mind you, this fellow works at a catering business. I'm not going to say who he works for, where he works at. It's a place here in the Springs. But let's just say we had to take a pretty hefty hit to our profits because he brought the merchandise back in a catering truck and it was covered with creepy crawlies. So anyway, like I said, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you smash that like button. Let me know what's good, if you like these stories, if you think I need to change something about my channel. Anyway, once again, guys, name's Dave. What's up? I'll talk to y'all soon. Later.